There is a tower. The parabolic trough is very simple. It's a concave dish with a pipe in the center, and all the heat is directed towards the pipe, and the liquid gets heated. Tower, this is the point where all the mirrors are focused on. So all the sunlight gets concentrated on this, and here the liquid gets superheated. Similarly, over here, dish is a smaller version of a tower, where this is the point of concentration of all the sunlight, and this is the point where the liquid gets superheated. Similarly, a Fresnel dish is a very large number of individual reflectors which heat up the liquid in this point. But principle being the same, there's a liquid which gets superheated, and that in turn heats water, makes steam, and steam turbines are happening. This is, as of today, the situation. We've got thermal, which is coal-based. We've got hydro, nuclear, renewable, and gas. So if you take the green power, including the hydro part, we just have about 33%, which is green energy. This is one of the reasons, like this whole belt, all over India, almost all of India, it comes into the solar belt of the world. We are in a very good position from the solar irradiation point of view for generation of electricity through solar. Yeah, as you can see, it's excellent insulation, and there is abundant land. Now land, if you look at it that way, a large part of Rajasthan is not suitable for agriculture. There's a lot of Maharashtra that's not suitable. A large part of Gujarat that's not suitable. Some part of Punjab, like bordering the Haryana, not suitable for agriculture. There's a lot of land in Haryana, a lot of land in Madhya Pradesh, in Chandigarh, all these areas, including Tamil Nadu, Karnataka. These are areas which are not suitable for agriculture. These are barren lands. All of this could be usable. All of this we could use. And a lot of development is going over there. But we had all this 2 years ago also. We had land, we had sun, but we didn't have a business. Now business, by the sense of it, needs an opportunity, it needs finance, it needs equity. And when you have all these three, you need the 3 R's also. You need resources, which we have in terms of the land and the sun. We have returns in terms of the feed-in tariff, which is recently announced by the government. And then we have regulation in place so that this business can be self-sustained. Now this model is nothing new to solar. This model is the same for any business. It's just that I have used this to illustrate what comes out. Now the business opportunity came into this Jawaharlal Nehru National Solar Mission. Now this was announced in November last year, and the mission is going to be in 3 phases. The phase 1 is going to end in 2030. March 31st, 2013. Second phase will be in 2017, and the third phase in 2022. And within these 3 phases, at the end of the 3 phases, India would have an installed and running capacity of more than 22,000 megawatts. As of today, it is 3 megawatts. So that is the change that's going to take place. And the main driver is the feed-in tariff or the returns on investment which this policy has announced. Now, as you can see, the phase 1 is 1100 megawatt, out of which 500 will be solar photovoltaic, 500 megawatt of solar thermal, 100 megawatt of small farms and rooftops. Now, CERC, which is the regulatory authority, has announced a tariff. So per unit, if the project is commissioned before 31st March 2012, per unit you will have the power producer will get 18 rupees 44 paise per unit, which is a very attractive return. If the project is commissioned 31st March 2013, the return falls. It becomes 1791, and that's the way it will be. Year on year, this return is going to reduce till, like my guess is, it reaches around 13 rupees 50 paise, and that's where it will stabilize. It may be a little more or a little high, a little less, but somewhere around that figure it will stabilize. And that would be the point where you have an equal return on investment, or you have that be a point beyond which you do not have a return on investment. So it's not going to fall below, or the business is there.
Excuse me?
Yes.
The CERC has given any confirmation about the price validity, the payable price validity of this 18.44 for what duration it would be?
This would be for 25 years. I was just communicating. This is the rationale on which CERC is working. Okay. Yeah.
I have a suggestion. This was questions earlier. Doesn't it difficult to retain such a long presentation? Maybe it's a good point to ask questions at this point, the occasion that you asked, and so maybe there's some more questions. So we can. It's a long presentation, and it's difficult to retain it till the end and Q&A. Maybe any top of the line questions coming to your mind up to this point. So maybe several answers in the following up consequences. I'm saying the still can be taken, and you can just tell if it's coming further. If there's something which is relevant, you can ask anyone. Please.
Hi sir, Rahul. I just wanted to know, so for example, if you set up a plant of a particular size, say 1 megawatt, so like, is it assured that the government will buy it from you? Like if you are producing solar energy, to whom are we going to supply? Is the government going to buy that? Like, is that sure?
I'll just take you back in this stage. And if you see, there are two parts to this, right? Now, one part is when we say phase 1, 1100 megawatts. Out of these 1100 megawatts, there is 500 solar photovoltaic, 500 thermal, and 100 megawatts small farms and rooftop. Right? Now, how this is divided, I tell you, the 500 megawatts which we are talking about is for power plants which are between 5 megawatt and 25 megawatts. The 100 which we are talking about is between 1 to 3 megawatts. Right? Now, for the bigger farms, that is 5 to 25, the nodal agency is going to be NVVN, that is NTPC Vidyut Vyapar Nigam. So that will be the nodal agency. So anyone who is going to set up a power plant is going to apply to them before setting up a PhD. Now, there are certain base criteria that the company which is applying should have a net worth of about 2 crores per megawatt, and they should meet certain other criteria about it. Now, if you cross that eligibility mark, they should have the technical capability, or they should bring in the technical capability to do that. But if you cross that eligibility criteria, then you are eligible to get a power purchase agreement. Now, the power purchase agreement in the first phase is going to be a little tough because there are a lot of people applying for it. You've just got about 1000 megawatts and already I would say more than about 8,000 megawatts of applications are there from Rajasthan alone, right? Now you got the rest of India to consider also. So in the first phase, getting the power purchase agreement would be a little difficult. How they are going to do it is not yet clear. Will it be by a draw of lots or will they scale down? Everybody, like suppose I have applied for 20 megawatts. They may say, no, you're not getting 20, you're getting 5, and they distribute. So exactly how it is going to take place, that is not yet clear. But then that power purchase agreement will be signed with NVIDIA. Once you sign the power purchase agreement, then you close your financials and set up the fund. So you got a purchase agreement from NTPC that they are going to buy the power you produce.
So my question is about the tariff.
Right.
At 20,000 megawatts, where I think the current unit value begins to at approximately 4 billion or so.
Right.
Are we talking of a subsidy by the government for 14 billion or so? And at 20,000 megawatts,
No, look
how
at it.
long and how much?
Look at it this way. It's not 20,000 megawatts that's subsidy. Like phase 1 is till 2030.
Yeah, I know the breakage is going to be.
It's going to reduce.
Yeah, it's going to
Yeah.
reduce.
So how it's going to be done is NTPC.
Can you use mic, sir?
I'm sorry. The CRC has got a pool of surplus power, right? Now that pool of surplus power is from the old hydro units, is from the old thermal units, right? So that power, the cost at which they are generating that power would be somewhere around 1 rupee 80 paisa or 2 rupees, right? So when the state, let's say Punjab, is going to buy power from the center, quarter% of that has to be renewable, right? Now 1/4% renewable has to be bought by Punjab, but if Punjab generates a lot more, suppose within Punjab we generated 100 megawatts of renewable energy. Now the center would bundle that surplus power at the rate of 1:3, right? So you will get 400 megawatts of power at a price of about 5 rupees 50 paise to the state. So the state government gets a subsidy. And yes, it is a central subsidy. It is a subsidy, but it is being subsidized by the older conventional energy plants. In that, after you do the accounting, it comes down to rupees. So many rupees per watt is a subsidy which the government is giving. That is a fact, yes.
Considering you very rightly said that 8,000 megawatt in excess of 8,000 megawatt is already occupied in Rajasthan itself. So are there any other schemes or are there any other ways in which you can apply for the solar projects without actually coming under NVIDIA?
Yes. Like what I just presented, the Jawaharlal Nehru National School Solar Mission, this has these megawatts. Other than this, every state is coming up with their own feed-in tariffs. Like as of today, Gujarat has a feed-in tariff which is 15 rupees for 12 years and then 5 rupees for the remaining 13 years. They will give you a power purchase agreement of 25 years, but the feed-in tariff is going to be a lot different. And with this feed-in tariff, Gujarat as of today has signed power purchase agreements in excess of 716 megawatts. Similarly, as on the 25th of March, Rajasthan government has announced their own feed-in tariff, where they have made it a little more attractive than Gujarat. It is 15 rupees 34 paise for 25 years. 15 rupees 34 paise for 25 years. Flat 25 years.
Is this for projects before 2011 loan or?
No, this is for projects coming in future.
Is there a different size of projects which is covered in this?
It is not different. It is like in Gujarat, most of the projects which have got approval are in the range of between 5 to 45 megawatts. So I don't think Rajasthan would be any different. the initial guidelines have nothing specified in terms of size, but I don't think it's going to be very much different from these other schemes. So other than these 20,000 megawatts, every state is coming up with their own opportunities. So in total, if you take all the states, you are going to have more than about, let's say, 20,000 megawatts more within the next 3 years.
I'm sure you covered that in many of your other slides. But other than making money purely from the difference of tariff and the investment that you put in, what is the story of the government reducing this and how do you?
I'll come back. I'll cover that.
I think there's a good lead to continue with the presentation. Rajesh, where you left in.
Any other
And
questions?
just to clarify that this, the Rajasthan thing is, what you mentioned is outside this scheme.
It is over and above this
Yeah.
scheme. It is not a part of this scheme. Rajasthan and Gujarat and Tamil Nadu. Any other questions?
If if there is a person who is interested to invest in, say, a solar project, say, about $2 million, what is the payback period?
Your payback starts immediately. Your return on investment starts immediately after the plant is commissioned. In the 1 year period, during which the plant gets commissioned. But right after that, the return on equity starts. I'll show you the presentation about that as we move on.
What is, like, the production is there, what about the distribution? That will be basically on the grid.
All these plants are grid connected. All systems.
So there is a location constraint. You cannot set up anywhere wherever you have land. There are some particular areas where you have to, they are recognized for this setting up of this.
The only thing is the grid connection needs to be at more than 33 kilowatt. So you can set it up anywhere, but the cost of transporting from your plant till the substation would be to your account. So it's cheaper to set it up near a substation.
And the payments will be made by the central government or the state governments?
Beg your pardon?
The payments for the generation.
The payment for the generation will be made by the DISCOM, the state government.
State government.
Yes.
Including the subsidized.
Including that, yes.
So, the only thing, like, if you already told that there are more applicants than the, this assigned number of megawatts. So, won't that actually increase the property rates a lot, and there won't be, like, I mean, you need a particular area for the solar, like, power generation. So, specifically, like, for example, in areas in Rajasthan, where there's this decent amount of solar, so would that actually rise a lot of property rates and, making the whole setting up of such a business quite a little difficult?
Like if you look at it that way, purely from the land point of view, now Rajasthan, if you have it, there's the Bikaner district and the Jodhpur district, which are best suited for solar and Jaisalmer. Now, most of the land in Rajasthan is government-owned land, and Rajasthan government has created a land bank, and people who want to apply, they can choose the area they want from that land bank. It's all listed. They've created quite a comprehensive list. You can choose the property you want, and they give it on a 30 years lease, which is pretty nominal, very nominal, about 1,500 rupees per acre per year. So as it is government land, it's not really going to affect the rate.
But I believe that's a scenario only with Rajasthan. No other state has taken such lead in which they have been giving lease for 30 years.
I agree with
In fact, for that matter, states do not have a distinction between solar land and industrial estate that they have. So that really increases the cost. So what might be a right value of the land at which it is to be bought, or the plant to be more feasible?
The way we calculate is we take the land at around 2 lakh rupees per acre.
That is a fair.
Valuation. Because you would go in for land which is not agricultural, non-fertile, without irrigation. So 2 lakh, I think, is a pretty good estimate for the price of it.
Obviously, the advantage is that you get the land for 99 years and not for 30.
And what's the revenue per acre? Suppose you have three choices. One is your silicon based or say thin cell based plant versus reflector based plant versus if you do say you use biomass. So what is the revenue per acre?
Like revenue per acre would not be a metric because look at it this way. You are investing 17 crores per megawatt and the land cost is 10 lakhs. So that would not be a proper metric at all. It would be more like a return on equity would be a much better tool because the land investment cost is very negligible compared to the other costs.
How much land is required for generation for 1 megawatt?
For a solar photovoltaic plant, 1 megawatt requires 5 acres.
5 acres.
And for a thin film, it requires 10 acres.
That's not in square feet.
That is the...
Now for considering that the land cost is zero, for 1 megawatt kind of a plant, then how many years can you expect a payback of investment?
Like, this is the rationale behind which they've taken